So hello everyone on Facebook. So there's a lot of people out there talking about the new law about abortion and stuff that happened in New York. You got a lot of people who are disgusted by the fact that in New York, abortion is no longer considered a criminal in the criminal code or anything like that. And I just personally think that for a woman to have a choice about what happens to her body and whether or not she has a baby, it's up to her. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to, people in the government what a woman gets done to her body. I believe it's up to a woman. Same way for a man, he decides, what happens to his body, just like his sperm. He decides whether his sperm goes into a woman or whether it goes into a condom. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be real. So, there's a lot of people sharing stuff about abortion and they're not really very knowledgeable about abortion and they don't know much about it and stuff. And there's a lot of people who don't know a lot about Planned Parenthood. So in this video, I want to talk about, show y'all the services of what Planned Parenthood really does. Because there's a lot of people that's got a lot of misconceptions about Planned Parenthood and they think they know this and know that. Like you got some people who think that when it comes to birth control that they get from Planned Parenthood, people think that it's free. Well, the truth is that the truth is that the birth control that they have at Planned Parenthood is not free. Yeah, they might have free condoms, okay? But in terms of birth control, like the pill, the patch, or the implant or whatever, that is not free. You have to pay for those. I was just in a conversation with someone at work about abortion and stuff, and they was like, well, if people want to prevent themselves from getting pregnant, they could just use birth control. They just go to Planned Parenthood and it's free for them to get, birth control. No, that's not true. You have to pay for your birth control, okay? I remember when I even went to a clinic before I even knew about Planned Parenthood, okay? I had to go to a healthcare clinic called People's Healthcare. And this was a time when I was a teenager. I think it was like, I was pretty late to getting birth control. So I was about maybe 18, 19, maybe even 20 when I was considering getting birth control because I was going to become sexually active because I waited until after I left high school in order to become sexually active. So yes, I lost my virginity after I left high school. Yes, I did it. I own it. I'm happy with that. All right. So I went into a People's Healthcare clinic. I inquired about getting birth control and I got started on the pill. Okay. The doctor got me started. It was a male doctor. I was kind of a little weirded out by that because it was a guy. But, he said, well, you might want to start off with the pill. So I was taking the pill, but the pill I was taking was orthotricycline low. And it was a low dose of the birth control pill. And it was pretty effective for me because when I was involved with, having sex, then I couldn't feel nothing. Okay. First time I had sex, I felt something because my hymen broke. But after that, man, I tell you, I couldn't feel nothing. All right. I couldn't feel nothing to the point during sex that my fiance was over her pissed off because the birth control pill was working that good where I couldn't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that was effective for me. You know what I'm saying? The reason I stopped taking the birth control pill is because I wanted to feel something. All right. So getting back to Planned Parenthood. So, let me double back to People's Healthcare when I got the pill. When I got the pill, I had to pay for that pill. Okay. So even though I got it at a reduced rate, I still had to pay. So I believe it was like cost me $20 or so, whatever, to get the pills and stuff. And then when I ran out of pills, then I had to go back and get more and more pills and stuff like that. And I followed the instructions for the pills. I actually read the instructions, did what they said. I wasn't one of those people who took the pill just, after I had sex. I didn't do that. I followed the instructions and I took the pill all the days they told me to take it and stuff, followed it through everything like I was supposed to be doing. I took it when I was instructed to take it, and it was really effective. So effective that during sex I couldn't feel anything. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't feel anything in my vagina. So couldn't feel no penis action. All right. So So when it came to the pill that I was taking, I had to pay for that. And eventually I had my prescription changed from people's healthcare clinics to local SNPs, and then they start filling the prescription of ortho tricycline low, or aka the pill that I chose. Now there's other pills out there that they have, you know, some people have estrogen or progesterone pills or whatever. I don't know all the science of that, but I'm just being real, right? So let's get back to Planned Parenthood. So Planned Parenthood, no, birth control is not free. Yes, they have free condoms, but guess what? The pill is not free. You got to pay for it. You got to pay out of pocket. No, it's not something you walk in and say, hey, I want a pill. And then they just magically give you a prescription for a pill. Or they magically give you, they say, oh, okay, well, you want an IUD? Oh, okay, we'll do it for free. It ain't like that. You have to pay out of pocket. So for those of you who think it's free and you got told by some people that birth control is free, it's not. You pay out of your pocket. Your hard-earned money, you're paying for birth control. That's how it is. Just like you go to Walmart and, you know, you ladies, you might go get some condoms for your man or something, just like that. And you got to pay for those condoms. You got to pay for birth control too. Now, a birth control method I used from Walmart, after I stopped using the pill, which was some years after I stopped using the pill, was the, what was it called? The,
VCF?
Yeah, VCF. So I was using VCF as a method of birth control. And I bought that from Walmart. And guess what? I had to pay out of pocket for that at a local Walmart. So no, it wasn't free. I couldn't walk out to do a Walmart with it. I had to pay for it. Just so y'all know, no, it's not free. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to Planned Parenthood. So Planned Parenthood, I'm gonna say this again. They do not offer free birth control. The only thing that's probably free is gonna be, you know, a couple condoms, but that's it. All right. So let's get into what does Planned Parenthood really do? Because there's a lot of people who have a lot of misconceptions about Planned Parenthood. A lot of people say when they think of Planned Parenthood, they think like they magically go to abortion, and they think, oh, that's all they do. They just do these abortions where, you know, where a woman can go all the way up to the end of her pregnancy, and then she gets an abortion, and then the baby's dead. No. Abortion don't work like that. It don't work like that. No, it don't. How do I know? I went through one. That was my choice. I can do the hell with my body what I want to. And nobody can tell me what to do with it. It's mine, right? Me. All right? So let's keep on going. So as you guys can see, we're on the Planned Parenthood website. And it says our services, all right? So it says Planned Parenthood is one of the nation's leading providers of high-quality, affordable health care and the nation's largest provider of sex education. We offer compassionate care backed by medical experts and more than 100 years of research in reproductive health. All right, that's what it says. That sounds pretty harmless, right? Now, here's something I'm gonna go ahead and say right up front. All right, if you are a woman out there, or you're a guy listening, okay, ladies, I'm gonna direct it towards you. If you decide that, you know, you get pregnant and you decide that you don't want the baby and you're early in your pregnancy, so let's say you're a couple weeks pregnant, all right? You might decide, hey, I want to get an abortion, especially if you're in college, if you got, you know that you don't got the money to raise no baby or nothing like that. You know, you ain't got no guy or nothing like that. You're just in a situation where you can't have a baby because if you ended up having a baby and you're not married, then your parents will disown you or something like that. That happens to people out there. You know what I'm saying? You got some families out there that disown their kids because, you know, because their daughter got pregnant by some guy that the family didn't agree with. And so they'll just disown her and stuff because she ended up getting pregnant and she didn't go along with what the family wanted her to go along with. You know what I'm saying? That happens. It's real. All right. So let's say that, you know, you're a woman, you decide, you know what, I want to go ahead and get an abortion. Now, the reason why you might decide to get an abortion is because you find out that you are, let's say, 3 weeks pregnant, all right? You're 3 weeks pregnant, and People will say, oh, well, why don't you use plan B? Well, you can't use plan B. You can only use plan B. And this is when you use it. After you have unprotected sex, you have you have about 3 days. Okay? You got 3 days. All right? By the time you have unprotected sex, the sooner you get the plan B, the better. Now, when you go to Walmart and try to get the plan B, it's going to cost you probably about 50, 60 bucks for that one little pill. Okay? But if you are 2 weeks pregnant, 3 weeks pregnant, and you know what I'm saying, the egg is attached itself to the uterus and stuff like that, if you're at that point, the only thing you can go and get is an abortion. Now, some people are going to tell me, they going to say, well, why don't the woman just go through the whole pregnancy and have the baby and then put it up for adoption? Well, what people don't realize is when it comes to adoption, you're going to have to go to the adoption people. And then you're going to have to find out if you have to pay them any money with regard to that adoption, okay? And not everybody can go through a pregnancy. I know I couldn't. I wouldn't want to. I was sick with the pregnancy. And I know I'm not the kind of person to have kids because second time I got pregnant, I had a miscarriage. So, and I lost a lot of blood, all right? So I know I'm not the kind of person that can have kids. And I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with it. I made my peace with it. But I just want to tell people that, you know, these different things that people don't know because they haven't really gone through it. Just in case y'all go through it, because it might happen where, you know, you might be a guy, you got a girlfriend, and then she winds up getting pregnant, and then y'all think, oh, let's go try plan B. Happened to me, right? Where I was already, you know, a week pregnant. I thought I could go to get plan B and that was going to work. It didn't work. It was too late for that. It was after that 3-day window and stuff. So it didn't work. So the next thing is abortion. Now, some people say, why didn't I go all the way through the pregnancy and stuff? I didn't go all the way through the pregnancy because I was in college and I was not about to disappoint my family and make people disappointed in me where I wouldn't graduate from college or I wouldn't be able to walk across that stage. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to disappoint people like that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted my family to be praising me and happy because I graduated from college and my life will be new and exciting and then I'll be getting married and everything. So I went through getting an abortion because of that. Because of I wanted people to see me in a higher light. That's why I did it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all got family members who hold y'all to a certain standard, right? Y'all know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Because you want people to love and care about you and you want to keep that appearance so bad that you want to make sure that everybody sees you as perfect. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, yeah. So, we're going to talk about the services that Planned Parenthood provides because there's some things that a lot of people probably don't know that Planned Parenthood provides, all right? Abortion. With that, let's start off with abortion services, all right? So it says abortion services. Planned Parenthood provides factual, non-judgmental information about your options along with safe and compassionate abortion services. Abortion is not forced upon anybody when it comes to going to Planned Parenthood. It's not forced upon you in any way. You are the one who decides. I remember the people at Planned Parenthood asked me, they said, Michelle, you know, are you sure that you want to go through with this? Are you sure that, you know, you don't want to, that, you know, you don't just want to go all the way through with the pregnancy? Because they asked me, they asked the woman, hey, what do you want to do? Just like you see this picture of this lady right here, this nurse talking to this lady, that's the same way they talk to me. And they say, hey, are you sure that you want to get an abortion? Is this really something? You know, you sure you don't want to think about it or whatever? I said at the time, you know, I want to go through and get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very sure. You know, I got a family, you know what I'm saying? Like family and relatives that love and care about me and everything. And, you know, I don't want to disappoint them. And me being in college and having to, you know, drop out of college before I even got my diploma and I was in my final semester of college and stuff. I don't want to disappoint my family. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get this abortion because, you know, I want to have a bright future. And, you know, if I want to have a baby at some later date, I can. You know what I'm saying? But right now it's best for me because I want to walk across that stage and I want my family to be proud of me when I graduate college, which is why I chose to get an abortion. Also because I could not afford a baby. People will say, oh, your family would have helped you out. My family ain't helped me out with my bills yet. I've had a couple of people, few people in my family helped me out. Siblings helped me out. And nobody else helped me out. I had my aunt help me out. She since passed. She helped me out. But everybody else didn't help me out. No friends helped me out. So nobody would have been able to do that. And, there's a lot of people on both sides that didn't help me. Of course, they didn't know, but if they found out I was pregnant, then they probably would try to force me to have a baby and stuff and get married, and that's not something I was down with. So, hey, this is the best option, all right? So abortion services, as it says, they give you non-judgmental information about your options, and they're giving women the options of, about what's the best course for them to take, whether they should get an abortion or not. It's non-judgmental, okay? It's talking about abortion referral. So it says if your local Planned Parenthood doesn't provide abortions, they can talk with you about options and connect you with other providers in your area that can. Now, here's what I want to tell people about abortion. When you go to the hospital, because I went to the hospital to find out whether or not I was pregnant for my first pregnancy, because I didn't believe I was pregnant. So me and my fiance went to the hospital, and the test confirmed that I was pregnant. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. What happened when I was in the hospital was that there was a nurse that said, congratulations, you won the lottery. Like being pregnant was winning the lottery, like I was getting money, and that wasn't true, all right? And I'm going to tell you something. Hospitals do not do abortions. They don't. They want you to go through and have the baby. They're Christian facilities, so they're in the business of trying to make you have the baby, even if you don't want to. Okay? They're going to try to convince you that this is what you want. Second time I was pregnant. Here's what happened. All right? So I found out, second time I found out I was pregnant. This was like last year. Found out I was pregnant. Right? At the hospital. Because I didn't believe the pregnancy test, because those things could be kind of sketchy. So I went to the hospital. The pregnancy test they had proved I was pregnant. The nurse came in and she said to me, my fiance, we had these distraught looks on our faces about me being pregnant. And the nurse walked in and said, oh, this is the happiest room I done walked into. And we was distraught. You know why? Because I didn't want to be pregnant. I didn't want to. That's not something I wanted. I'm going to tell you what I went through before I found out that I was pregnant. I had gone through being let go by a job where this manager was cussing me out and shit, all right? Cussing me out and saying, oh, well, because this was a staffing job, mind you, all right? And I was, trying to get me a little job and everything. And basically, I got let go from a job because the manager didn't like me. He was a white guy. He didn't like the fact that I didn't do things just by the way that he wanted me to do it. You know what I'm saying? And he never gave me any goals that I was supposed to meet. So I was just doing the paperwork or whatever. You know what I mean? So got let go from that. Also, during that second pregnancy, all right, I'm going to tell you what happened. So I got a job with a credit union in St. Louis. Happened to be Neighbors Credit Union, right? And it was a staffing job. They said, oh, well, you do good, be there for a month or so, then you get hired on, right? So I came to the training. And I was there the first day, and I was sick, well, because I was pregnant, right? And so I told the lady, because this was a Friday when I was doing the training. I told the lady, I said, hey, on Monday, I'm not going to be able to come in to training because I have a doctor's appointment. And it was a doctor's appointment for Planned Parenthood because I wanted to get the ultrasound and everything and see the progress of my pregnancy and everything. Even though I knew I was getting an abortion, I still wanted to make sure that I was healthy and I was okay and stuff or whatever. And so what happened is that what happened is that I told the person at Neighbors Credit Union, the trainer, I said, hey, And I'm gonna switch it back to my face too, because I'll switch it back. All right. So I'm gonna switch it back. So I told the lady in the training, I said, hey, I'm not gonna be here on Monday. Oh my gosh, I think did the camera stop?
No, it's always stuck like that. If you stop it, then it's going to end your video.
Okay.
So go back to the screen where you was at if you talking to him.
All right. So told the trainer, I said, hey, I got this doctor's appointment on Monday. The lady was like, oh, okay, right. So Monday comes, I go to Planned Parenthood, go through the process of the appointments and stuff, being there all day. All right. Got my ultrasound and they was consulting me and everything, right? And then here comes Tuesday, right? So I'm trying to go, and this was a snowy day too. And what happened is that on my way to try to go, I didn't even make it that far out of where I lived at too, because I was like in my neighborhood coming down the street, right? Coming down this hill and stuff. And I was trying to go get some gas to put in my car. And what happened was, to me, on the Tuesday when I was trying to go to the training and stuff, make it there and stuff, and I told the lady, I said, hey, I'm going to be a little late because I'm going to be getting some gas put in my car. What happened to me is that my tire on my car, it caught a flat. So I had a flat tire. And then I was forced to stop. And I was right across the street. Like I could literally see a Phillips 66 gas station. So here I am pregnant. And it's cold as hell outside. I caught a flat tire. I'm sitting here freezing and stuff or whatever and stuff. And my car is damn near out of gas. Looking at the gas station. So people want to tell me oh, well, you know, when you pregnant, God's looking after you, blah, blah, blah. It ain't happened to me because I caught a flat tire. And I was out there cold and pregnant and stuff. And the tire was flat and stuff. And I felt by myself and everything like that. The whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of taken aback. And I was freezing too. And I was pregnant, freezing and everything and stuff. And basically, I reached out to my fiance, which, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, I was still in the neighborhood. Reached out to him. And told him, hey, the car got a flat tire. Hey, could you come out? I called my dad. And my dad showed up or whatever sometime later. But, you know, two people I managed to get in touch with was my dad and my fiance. And they showed up or whatever. And luckily, they was able to help me out. But before they even got there, I got told by this lady, I got told by the staffing agency that had me at this Neighbors Credit Union. I got told by them that, oh, well, they're gonna let you go. You know, they're not gonna have you be coming in anymore because, you know, you're running late or whatever. Even though I had texted the trainer and told her, hey, I'm running a little late, and told her I had a flat tire, and she still ain't want to hear it. So when you pregnant, people don't care about you like that. They don't. Not even jobs don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? And I've had experiences through pregnancies, 2 pregnancies, and guess what? Nobody gave a shit about me. They didn't give a damn that you know what I'm saying, I could be carrying a, you know what I'm saying, potential, you know, baby or whatever. Nobody cared about that shit. Jobs didn't care. None of that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. All right, but let's keep it pushing anyway. So we talked about abortion services, abortion referral. Okay. So let me go back up. Okay. So abortion services. So when it comes to an abortion, it is not free. You have to pay out of pocket for the abortion that you're going to get. They recommend that you get the abortion when you are in the early weeks of pregnancy. They encourage you to do it. So I found out, and this happened both times. So I was early in my pregnancy. I mean, I was weeks pregnant. And they said, well, that's the best time to get an abortion done is when you're early, really early in your pregnancy, because it just is when the baby's not developed or anything like that and stuff. A lot of people have a misconception that abortion services are done like later on in pregnancies, like right up to the birth and stuff, somebody decides to get it. Well, the only time that would probably happen is if there's a threat to the mother's life, where, let's say they found that the baby died in the mother's stomach or something, and then they'll have to take the baby out or whatever, or if something happened and let's say just the baby died because let's say the umbilical cord wrapped around the baby's neck or something in the mother or something like that, or the baby was the wrong direction or something, or the baby didn't develop the right way. And with that regard, the baby has a disease and stuff like that, and them being born could hurt the baby and stuff, and the baby would die or something like that. People will say, oh, there's preemies, but there are situations where some babies should not be born. You know what I'm saying? I've heard about situations where on YouTube there was this couple. They had a baby, and the baby ended up growing into the kid, but the kid had this illness where he was the baby's face was deformed and stuff or whatever, and it wasn't something people wanted to see. And then people made the comments on YouTube and said, well, if you guys knew the baby was going to come out like that, why didn't you have an abortion? You know what I'm saying? So you see what I mean? Like, people want to wait till it's like too late to say something. You know what I mean? So anyway, when it comes to an abortion, you have to pay out of pocket. So it's not something that the government subsidizes or it's free or abortion is forced upon anybody. It doesn't happen like that. I know because I went through it myself. I had to pay out of pocket for the abortion. So in total, it costs it can cost as much as $600, but it can be based off of your income. So luckily, based off my income, it costs $400. So it was $200 for the first time I went there. And then what happened is I went there and then I didn't get the abortion that day. What happens is they make you have to wait. So you go through getting the ultrasound and stuff, seeing the baby and everything. Then ask you, do you want to have a baby or do you want to get the abortion and stuff, and ask you why you want to get the abortion. And they're asking you all these questions about what is it that you want to do. They say, well, there's always other services. You can always go through and have the baby, but then we can provide you with some services where, maybe adoption or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they let you decide how you want to go about an abortion, because abortion can be done surgically or it can be done by a pill. Some people choose to have a pill type of abortion where they take a pill and then they will pass the birth at home, basically, where the fetus will come out or whatever and stuff, and it won't be a full-on baby or something, but there will be a lot of loss of blood and stuff in the home. Some people choose to pass the abortion at home, do a pill abortion. Me, I chose to do a surgical because I wanted to make sure that everything came out and everything. And like I said, I was weeks pregnant when I had my abortion back when I was in college, and no, it wasn't a full baby or anything. It was only about 9 weeks old. And it wasn't big or anything. I wasn't showing or anything like that. And it's probably just like really small or whatever. Yeah, I had to pay out of pocket. Cost me $400. $200 for the first session, $200 for the second one. So after my doctor's appointment for the first session, so I know I sound like a broken record, but there's a waiting period. So even if I decide that I want to get the abortion and I tell Planned Parenthood, yeah, I want to do it, they make me wait. I think they made me wait at least like a month. They made me wait like a month or so, or maybe some weeks less. So they made me wait. There's a waiting period. So they give it time. So let's say you come back and you say, hey, I don't want to get this or whatever during that time window. Then you could decide to, say, you know what, I don't want to get the abortion. Then you can go tell them and they'll say, okay, we won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Right? But if you decide after that waiting period of like some weeks to a month that, you want to go through with the abortion, then they will perform it. Now, there is a cutoff for when they'll do abortion. And I'm not really certain about the exact cutoff, but I know I was approaching the cutoff, so I was at like 9 weeks. So if I got to about 12 or something like that, so weeks or whatever, they wouldn't have did it, or they would have had to do something else. They wouldn't have been able to do the surgical. So because I was really early in pregnancy, they was able to do the surgical with no problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, there is a certain cutoff, you know, when you can get the surgical abortion done or whatever. So for those of y'all who think abortions are free, it's not. You're the one who makes the choice. They ask you what you want to do. All right. And you're the one who decides. And there's that waiting period too, like I told y'all. All right. All right. So, and like I told y'all, hospitals don't provide abortions. When I asked the hospital, like the second time I got, I think when I asked the hospital, both times I got pregnant, I asked them, hey, is there a way that I can get like an abortion or something? They said, oh no, we don't do that here. We're a Christian facility. We don't do that. You know, we're about, you know, the mother having a baby and stuff. And they feel like once you get pregnant, you're stuck. You're just stuck with the baby. That's it. They don't want to help you nothing. They just want you to suffer through the pregnancy, and that's about it. All right. Okay, birth control. So they talk about birth control. Birth control is a safe way to prevent pregnancy and treat certain health problems. There may be many types of birth control that we can help you find the best method for you. So yes, they provide birth control, but you have to pay out of pocket for it. All right. Okay. Now, they have emergency contraception morning after pill. I recommend people get the morning after pill or Plan B at Walmart because that's really convenient, and that's where I ended up getting one from. But it was $50 or $60 when I got it. You can get it from Planned Parenthood if you got to get emergency contraception morning after pill. It says accidents happen. Emergency contraception is a safe way to prevent pregnancy after unprotected sex. So they have the emergency contraception or Plan B. They offer that. Your ability to get that, I don't know what the availability to get that, I don't know what that would be, but I know if, you know, you have unprotected sex and, you know, ladies, you realize a guy came in you or something like that, and you don't want to have a baby, then my advice, go to Walmart, get that Plan B. You know what I'm saying? You got some Walmarts that open 24 hours. You got some that close at 12. Most of them, I think, maybe 24 hours. But if anything, go get that Plan B. Now, you might have to get it during the day because they might have it in the pharmacy area. They used to have it available out there, but I think people start stealing Plan B. So now it's in the pharmacy area where you have to go up there and ask for it. So, yeah. So my recommendation is go to Walmart if you're going to get your Plan B, especially if it's right after, you know, unprotected sex happened. And remember, you only have, ladies, remember, you only have 3 days after that unprotected sex. My advice is don't wait 3 days. Once you find out that, you know, the guy came inside of you or something like that, and you don't want to have no baby, go to Walmart, get that Plan B. I don't care if it's in the middle of the night or the next morning. Go get it. Go get it. It's going to cost you $50 or $60, but it's worth it. All right. It's definitely worth it. Don't wait till you're a week pregnant, then try to go and take Plan B because it will not work. You will already be pregnant, and taking Plan B will not have any effect on the pregnancy after, you know, a week or whatever. After that 3-day mark, you being pregnant, Plan B will not work. All right. It says there's a truck going by. It says Planned Parenthood. It says they provide general health care. Seeing a nurse or doctor regularly can prevent illness, find problems, and may need treatment and help you stay healthy. So they also provide general health to people. Let's see, HIV services. Planned Parenthood offers HIV tests, which are quick and painless. And there are medications that can prevent HIV and help people living with HIV to live longer and healthier lives. So they help folks who have HIV or think that they may have been infected with HIV or AIDS. So they offer those services. All right, so y'all starting to learn. Planned Parenthood does more than just, you know, providing abortions. They do other stuff. They're helping with birth control. They're helping with general health care. They're helping with HIV services. All right. All right. Something that I didn't know is Planned Parenthood provides LGBTQ services. So if y'all got some friends that are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, right? Then they will be going to Planned Parenthood to get services. They will be going there. It says LGBT services. Planned Parenthood provides appropriate, high-quality health care for LGBT patients, which may include hormone therapy for transgender patients. Now, if everybody's all about transgender, right, then that means that you should support your transgender friend that, you know what I'm saying, who needs services that they're getting at Planned Parenthood. Because if Planned Parenthood shut down, that friend of yours is not going to be able to get those services they need, especially if they're LGBT. Okay? All right. Planned Parenthood also provides men's health services. Men can come to Planned Parenthood for healthy services addressing cancer, STDs. Oh, we heard cancer, right? Cancer. Men can come to Planned Parenthood for health services addressing cancer, STDs, fertility, sexual dysfunction, birth control, and routine checkups. All right. So they offer that. Now, something on here that they probably didn't mention is they offer men vasectomies, which is something very valuable, especially for a man who doesn't want to have children. So they offer vasectomies. Now, a vasectomy, that will be something basically where, you know, a man gets the surgery and then it basically drops his sperm count, you know, down to 0, so he won't have any sperm. Now, they will have to routinely test the guy month after month to make sure his sperm count is 0. But this is to make sure for guys who don't want to have children, but, you know, they want to continue to have sex, but make sure that they don't have the possibility of getting a woman pregnant. Vasectomies are a good route for men. And I think it's okay for a man to have a vasectomy if that's what he needs. Now, vasectomy can cost anywhere from $700 to $8,000. So for people saying that men need to take responsibility and they need to be sterilized, well, just know it costs $700 to $8,000. No, a man getting a vasectomy is not free. The same as an abortion is not free. All right. An abortion can cost anywhere at Planned Parenthood from $400 going all the way up to $600. All right. Now, it could go up depending, but no, the government does not give money to make it free services for abortions. No, you pay out of pocket. I had to do it. Other people had to do it. All right. So, yes, you have to pay for services. All right. And Planned Parenthood. All right. Vasectomies and abortions. All right. Also, even for women too, where women will have to have a tubal ligation, or women who are trying to be sterilized or something like that because they decide they don't want to have kids, so they get like their tubes tied or something. Most likely, I would say a woman should get a tubal ligation because that makes sure that she won't be able to get pregnant, which is most effective or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But even for a tubal ligation, even for that, it's not free. You got to pay for it. And just like a man's vasectomy is $700 to $1,000, a woman's tubal ligation or her sterilization services will be up there in the hundreds also. All right. All right. Planned Parenthood also provides patient education. Planned Parenthood provides clear, accurate, up-to-date information to help you understand and care for your sexual and reproductive health. All right. Pregnancy and testing and services. It says pregnancy is a big life event. We can help answer questions, provide support, and make sure you get get the care you need to stay healthy when it comes to being pregnant. So they provide women with these services. So let's say they decide they don't want to get an abortion, they want to go through the pregnancy. They're there every step of the way to help you. If you decide to go through having a baby, they're there to help you out. You know what I'm saying? So they're there for the women who decide they don't want to have a baby and they want to get an abortion. They're also there for the women who decide, yeah, they want to go through with the pregnancy, but they, want to constantly have doctor's appointments to update them on the progress of their pregnancy. Okay, I bet y'all didn't know that. All right, Planned Parenthood, they also talk about STD testing, treatments, and vaccines. All right, so they help out with helping people to have safer sex and to make sure you get tested for STDs. And if you do have STDs, then they offer treatment and vaccines to help you be healthy. All right. And then women's services, they said women can count on Planned Parenthood for essential health care like birth control, STD tests, pelvic exams, cancer screenings, and pregnancy-related services. So yes, Planned Parenthood provides cancer services for men and for women. All right. So it's not just all about abortion or anything like that. Because if you shut Planned Parenthood down, then what about the people who are getting their cancer screenings and getting their appointments to try to help them, you know, figure out what to do with treatment for cancer? All right. For both men and women. All right. So let's run through what Planned Parenthood offers. They offer abortion services. Okay. They offer birth control. They offer the emergency contraception, general health care for men and women, HIV services, LGBT services, men's health services, patient education, pregnancy testing and services, STD testing, treatment and vaccines, and women's services. Okay. And I just want to let you guys know, you know, it's okay to go to a Planned Parenthood. There's a lot of people who go and stuff. Yeah, when you go to Planned Parenthood, yes, you're going to have people from church, a church group out there trying to tell you that, you know, if you're pregnant, you should go through having a baby. But guess what? I talked to one of those women, and I asked the lady, I said, hey, if I got pregnant, are you going to be there to help me, since, you know, you're a Christian and everything, and, you know, you're supposed to be a nice and good person, and I know you're going to be there to help me or whatever in pregnancy. The lady said, no, I'm not going to help you. I said, well, and I'm going to be able to come and live in your house? She said, no. But, oh, we know some charities that can help you. I said, oh, what charities? Can you name them? She couldn't name those charities at all. So they're just basically there for your demise, basically. All right. All right, folks. So this is what Planned Parenthood does. Now, I shared a little bit about my experiences that I went through. If anybody wants to know in detail about what happens during abortion, you can, you know, feel free to ask me. I'm okay with talking to you guys about it. And getting an abortion doesn't mean you don't love children. It just means that, you know, you make the choice and decide that, you know what, I'm not financially able to take care of a child. I'm not emotionally able to take care of a child. I'm not mentally able to take care of a child. You know, you decide, you know, I don't have the type of, you know, I don't have the money. I don't have the housing. I can't pay my bills. I don't have the right job. I don't have this, and that other to take care of a child on my own. You know, so I don't want to go through putting a baby through that, you know. And it's completely okay for people to get abortions. There are lots of people who get them. When I was at the Planned Parenthood, there was lots of people there. There was guys there. There was girls there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there were women getting abortions and stuff that were saying they want to get abortion. And they had kids. And they couldn't have another baby because they already had babies at home. And they knew, hey, if they had that baby, they knew that they wouldn't be able to continue to have their house, and they wouldn't have food, and they wouldn't be able to clothe their kids and stuff, which is why women told me they weren't going to be having another baby. So these services for abortion services are vital for people. You know what I'm saying? Especially for people in college. I saw some people that was in college that, you know, some girls that was in college and stuff that they were going through getting abortions and stuff because they was in college and they wanted to disappoint their family like I did. I will say the most beautiful thing I remember seeing was that there was a daughter there and there was a dad there. The daughter, she was like, I think like maybe 17, and her dad was there to support her with getting an abortion. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things because he gave his daughter the right to choose what she wanted to do with whether she wanted to have a child or not. And in the future, she could have a baby if she wanted to later on down the line. But I'm grateful that the father was there to support her. And I'm glad that people were there at the Planned Parenthood to support their relative that was there getting whatever services they was getting, whether it was about an abortion, whether it was about birth control, whether it was about HIV services, whether it's about LGBT services, men's health, women's health, patient education, whether it's about STD testing, whether it's about cancer screenings or whatever. I'm glad that the people there had the support, and the people at Planned Parenthood, you know, the nurses and the medical staff were there to help out also. So yeah, this is about what Planned Parenthood does. I'm giving my realistic spin on it, guys. I just wanted y'all to know because there's a lot of people with a lot of misinformation, thinking that birth control is free at Planned Parenthood when it's actually not. Condoms are free, but the pill and the IUD and the diaphragm and the other stuff like the birth control implant, they're not. You got to pay. The abortion, you got to pay out of pocket. All right. The sterilizations for a man, the sterilization for a woman, those are not free. You have to pay out of pocket. Remember, I said For a man to get a vasectomy costs $700 to $1,000. Okay, so think about that. All right, think about the fact that it's not free. I know I was there. Okay, I was there for my abortion, so I know how much it cost me. It was out of pocket. I know. All right. So if anybody wants to talk to me about that, then just let me know. Just message me about that. All right. But I just wanted to really get the word out about what it is that Planned Parenthood really does, because there's a lot of people that are misinformed and they don't know. And the information that I said from my own personal experience, you won't find on the internet, because you don't have a lot of people who talk about this type of stuff. All right. I'm just being real with y'all. All right. So I love y'all. Peace.